Welcome everybody to the quantum frequency for divination. I am the divine mystic. Today is February the 7th, 2019, and today I'm going to be doing a general business reading. So I've had a few people come to me yesterday about businesses, Ace of Wands, new beginnings. So I wanted to do a general business reading for the collective. I am currently working on my love readings, so they're going to be out soon. So if you go ahead and subscribe to my videos, you'll get a chance to see the love video when it comes out for you. Okay, lastly, I do post pictures on my Instagram account as well as daily readings. So you can find me at the_divine_mystic. Okay, so for those of you who wish to know, I am using the Spiral Tarot by Divination. Okay, all right, so we're coming out of the Hermit energy. So this Hermit energy is the inner guidance, the inner journey. Okay. So with that, just kind of going off here, we have Seven of Cups, Ace of Wands, and Judgment. So this depicts a person weighing out their options, considering what options are out there. And like I said, see the storm, the storm that she's in here. So, excuse me. The storm here with the umbrella. It might be a little bit hard to see, I apologize, but there is rain coming down onto her. So the person depicting in this card is trying to figure out, okay, how can she get out of this energy? What new beginnings await her? Okay, and her is universal, it's masculine or feminine. Excuse me, the only court card I have out here so far is the Princess of Pentacles. Okay, so the storm that the court is sitting in the Nine of Pentacles is, like I said, it's kind of this journey of self-discovery, heartbreak. So there's been major changes. Possibly on the work front, what had happened is somebody no longer doing the work that they once were. Seven of Swords could depict a layoff, an owner of a company collecting his Five Swords and leaving abruptly, kind of leaving this Two of Swords left over for a decision. And now, and as hard as this has been, because it's been hard. The Three of Swords is heartbreak, it's sorrow, it's hardships. Okay, so as hard as it's been, it's made you realize that there is a higher calling for you. That this job, whatever this was that you were doing, because you're showing at the moment as the Princess of Pentacles. So she's holding this one pentacle, trying to put them all up on the wall. Okay. All these achievements, that sort of thing. So this could depict somebody who's gone to school for a long amount of time. Yeah, a long amount of time, but not long enough. And the Eight of Pentacles. So this is like the different degrees that are required, but like you need all 8 of them to succeed in this career path. That you've chosen, which initially you were really passionate about. Yeah, like to you, what you had chosen was kind of your God-given right, in a sense. Like this was your destiny. But that's not how it happened. That's not how it happened. Something has happened here in the Seven of Swords. Like I said, this could be someone kind of leaving abruptly, leaving behind a few things, that sort of thing. That's kind of put you into this thinking mode right? Where it's like, look, what next? What cup do I really pursue? What cup do I really pursue? Okay, general. Yeah, see this Eight of Cups, this is giving up on what you thought your dreams were. That's with the Eight of Pentacles. 2 eights, guys. 2 eights. Pursuing, again, you're ready to make that step. Yeah, Judgment's here. Like, you've been thinking about this for a while. So this, the Hierophant, represents the practical side of you. And what the practical side of you is saying is like, oh, well, this is what you should do. But it's really like, that's not what your star is calling you to do. So it's kind of like throwing you off a little bit, right? Like, you're, as a Pentacle, you're a practical person. You're a very practical person. So to think of unpractical things seem foreign to you. But your heart, like, you really want to go. Like, look at how there's all these roses, all these flowers that are hanging up on the wall, and she's hanging one over her shoulder. And it's like, look, here's all the practicality that you've built up for yourself over the years, okay, that has worked for you, because like the Eight of Pentacles does depict achievement. Okay, so those things worked for you. But it's like you still want more in this Eighth Cup. You want to step out of this comfort zone, this wall that you've built up for yourself. You want to step out into independence. You want a new beginning. And the Ace of Wands. Okay, a creative new beginning, artistic new beginning. Like, you want to work with your hands. Look at this hand, right? It's the hand planting the seeds, and for yeah, fertilizing seeds, making this tree grow. Okay, you want to be the hand. You want to be the hand. Okay, because you know how to work with those hands very well. Actually, this is something that you've done before. Oh, lots of cards. So I'm not going to take all of these. Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plans. Okay, so for some of you, this was kind of like a message that you received directly from Source, telling you, no, this is my divine plan for you, not this, not this. Okay. Oh, these cards just want to fall out. Okay. Whew, okay. Yeah, I'm taking all of these. Okay. So, first off, we have leap. You go first. The universe will catch you. Okay. So, this is speaking of this Eight of Cups. It's saying go ahead. Go ahead. You see the two moons? Like, like the moon's here and the moon's over here. You know what this calling is. Excuse me. You know what this calling is. You just need to take the first step, because like once you step out of these storm clouds and you fertilize the seed in the Ace of Wands, it grows uncontrollably grows. Okay. But the crumbling here, so what are you clinging on to? So this is kind of a Tower card is how I see this. But yeah, I'm kind of looking at this because it's like I'm trying to say, okay, are these gates opening? And I think they are, but look what they're opening up to. Like, there's a really beautiful garden. beyond. Okay, so this structure is what you're clinging on to. Okay, it's kind of the idea of, well, in order to do what I want to do, I have to complete these other four pentacles. And the message that it's telling you is like, no, no, not necessarily. Not necessarily. Like, you just have to take a leap of faith in the right direction. Because it's like, answer your call. What is your soul calling you to do? This is really popping up. It popped up for me in one or two of my love readings. Anyways, but it's there's a lot of people right now who are being called by God, by source, by spirit, to fulfill their destiny, in the star. Okay. And once you do, transformation happens. Transformation happens. Like, look at this beautiful woman, like, sitting on this throne. Okay. Has the scepter in her hand, has this light. Yeah, it's okay. Sorry, it's hard to see in the webcam, but it's like this little swirl of energy. Again, working with the hands, powers in the hands. Very strong message coming through. So I don't know if this is meaning something to you or not, but she's proud. In this scepter, it's representing her pride, and it's like her pride of the achievement and what she's achieved. Very beautiful card. Very beautiful card. Because it gives you that chance to release what you've been holding on to. Release what you've been holding on to. And you'll have, yeah, there's two aces. Ace of Wands, Ace of Swords. But you're going to have very few moments in life as auspicious as this. Meaning you're at a crossroad. You're at a crossroad, okay? And it's asking you, what way do you want to go? What way do you want to go? Okay, because you're determined on success no matter which way you go, and it shall be given. It shall be given because your efforts will reflect it, okay? And again, the double-bladed sword of the Ace of Swords, saying like, no matter which way this sword swings, it's going to go in your favor. Okay. The judgment is going to be in your favor, whatever that means to you. So yeah, this is new business. This is trying to step out and create new business. Star Mother, how can you mother yourself? How can you mother yourself? I also see this as being mothering others, helping hands, helping hands. Again, like I said, the strong message is coming through with the hands. So she's hugging. Excuse me, you guys. She's hugging her heart here. Again, so she's mothering her passion. She's nurturing it, allowing it to grow. But hands in the Hierophant, hands in the Ace of Swords. Okay. We see the hands in the Seven of Swords, working with hands in the Eight of Pentacles, pouring water out in the Star with hands. Princess of Pentacles holding a pentacle in her hand. We have the Three of Swords, her holding her hand over her heart. The Hierophant holding the lantern in one hand, ushering you in with the other. Holding the rose in her hand. Making the judgment with her hands. Playing the trumpet, so spreading a message, a positive message, Ace of Wands in the hand. And then lastly, just in this case, well, not quite there. So we have the Seven Pentacles. She's holding the umbrella with one hand, and her other hand is ready to reach out into one of these cups. into one of these cups. And it's like the decision is almost there. It's like just like the last few details just need to be worked out. And what those details are is you letting go to the idea that you need certain things to happen before other things can happen. It's it's saying, look, it's like you don't need, like I said, you don't need those other four pentacles necessarily to achieve it. You have the skills and the abilities that you need right now. Don't dim to fit in. And look what she's doing with her hands, covering her eyes. Covering her eyes. So when she covers her eyes, she's denying herself certain opportunities because she's holding on to certain structures. Okay. Yeah. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? So the way that you're dimming your light is by not stepping out, you know. To me, you're going after a noble calling, and for some instances this is spiritual, which would make sense as to why the practicality is not there. Okay. And as you step out to it, you transform, your light gets brighter. And as your light gets brighter, that's where this growth that's occurring here occurs and continues to occur. I'm going to go romance angels on this business reading. Release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. Okay. Letting go of past failures. Okay. It was these failures that happened, that hurt you, that disappointed you, all of these things that made you embrace this practicality. Yeah, so it's like businesses that you've wanted to start before that never took off and failed. Most of them was just like where you're at, like you weren't ready, you weren't balanced, that sort of thing has to do with why they've failed in the past. But you have to, like, okay, I don't even have to tell you this message because you've received it already. But success is there. Like, success is there. Don't beat yourself up over the past. Like, let go of the past. Clear your energy. The time has come to clear your energy. Like, let it go. Let it go. Like, don't cling on to it. Like, okay, why would you cling on to this like big, rigid, dark structure when you have like all these beautiful opportunities like awaiting you? Like the garden is here. Like it's all green on the outside. And it's like the light is coming to illuminate this. Okay, just like the Ace of Wands. Just like the Ace of Wands, it's being illuminated. Okay. And call on help. Like seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. Anna, grandmother of Jesus. So she's with you. She's like, oh, you've got this. Yeah, 100%, you guys. You guys have the support of your spirits and your guides. Okay. And they're like, they're going to start, yeah. Okay. Many of you probably hear messages already, not necessarily from readings, but from your own self. They're gonna like the trumpet and the judgment is really standing out to me today. Those calls are going to get louder, louder. because you're still in the storm, like you're still hesitant, you're still holding on because you haven't been released. Like the push is going to get harder. Like the divine is going to continue to push you because it's like, look who you need to be. Like, look at this woman just sitting on her throne in all of her glory. Sun shining behind her, a little cat by her. Just wanted to point that out for you guys. But this is who divine wants you to be. They want you to take your throne. Like you have a place in heaven, and you have a calling to get there. This calling is going to get you there. Okay. Once you take this step, and you guys are afraid. I can personally relate to this. This is a general reading, so many people who are starting to think about their own businesses and where they want to go are in this mentality, like so afraid of failure, because it's happened before, because you failed before. Like you don't want to lose everything. The star kind of speaks to me that it's like, okay, you've been putting money. I'm just gonna pull this out. So it's like, okay, look, this is your daily spending, like the things that you need to get by in life and so on and so forth. And you filled the pond. So it's like, like you got your house and you've done those things, like you've done the practical side of life. And this one here is kind of like putting it away for a rainy day, so it's like it comes in and you live, but it's like you're always just putting a little bit aside, a little bit aside, a little bit aside. For a lot of you, you've had this money put aside for your house. Because again, the practical side of you says, well, the house, that's our big asset, and so on and so forth. But you've been putting money aside for a rainy day. Yeah, see the rainy day, the 3 of Swords, the 7 of Swords. Guys, today is your rainy day, if that makes sense for you. Yeah, it's time to invest in yourself. It's time to invest in this idea that you've had. You've had this idea for a really long time. A really long time. Okay, she's holding the 1 rose. That's the idea. But look, you've built this idea up. It started here type thing. And then slowly you formulated a plan, right? So business planning, I see in that. And then again, being confident in yourself, the look on her face doesn't necessarily give off confidence. And that's part of the problem, is that you just don't necessarily have all the confidence in the world that it takes to I'm going for it. I am going for it. But trust that you have divine support. You have divine support. Very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. The time, okay, I've been saying this for you guys. The time is now. The time is you. The time is you. Interesting. Okay. The time is now come for you to take care of yourself. And the Star Mother, take care of yourself. Okay, release the things that don't work for you. Release the people that don't work for you. And if they don't understand that this is not a selfish endeavor, okay, the Hermit is alone. So this is why I pulled this card. So people around you, maybe family members, are going to see you as being selfish for making this decision. But they have, you have to explain to them, or not explain to them. But you just have to understand that, this is your soul's calling. Nobody needs this explanation. Okay. The Hermit has the star in her lantern. Okay. And the star card is out. But this star in this lantern is meant for you and you only. So you really can't expect everyone to understand for you. Okay, no, not everyone's going to understand this decision. Period. I'm in alignment with the love of the universe. Oh, excuse me, I'm not reading this right. When I'm in alignment with the love of the universe, peace cannot be disrupted. So again, this is just reaffirming what I've just told you. Don't let other people destroy your peace. Like, they're going to be jealous. They're going to be upset. They're going to be mad. People are going to do what they're going to do. It doesn't matter. Let them. Let them. Like, they're the ones, like, we don't pass judgment. We're not the karma queens or kings. Like, we don't make those calls, other people do. So if people are sitting there, well, you're not going to make it. You're going to trip on the Ace of Swords, or look, the fox is going to get you in the Seven of Swords, you know, or you don't have what it takes. You don't have what it takes. Yeah, wrong. They're wrong. They're wrong. Those negative self-imposing thoughts are really and truly a reflection of themselves, how they feel. Like, they know if they were to take this step, they wouldn't make it. They would trip on the Ace of Swords, and the fox would get them. You know. But you, my friend, like, look, okay, your soul is calling you to do this. And all the thought, all the effort, all the work that you've put into this, you know, like, you now know that you have what it takes. You know what I mean? Like, you're like, no, I've got, like, the plan is too good. The plan is too good. Okay. But again, it's like, don't dim to fit in. Like, don't stoop to their level. Don't stoop to their level. There's a stream of love supporting my dreams. See? The universe has your back, you guys. Oh, I just got goosebumps. The universe has your back on this. Like, okay. You're going, oh, well, I'm stepping out for one cup. It's like these, like, other, like, 7 cups that are, like, built up here for you. That's the universe supporting you. Like, it's like, no matter what, I'll catch you. Yeah. I thought those words. Leap. You go first. The universe will catch you. Like, there's not loss in this opportunity. Like, that could be what's holding a lot of you guys back, is the idea of losing out. So for some of you, leaving a good paying, solid job for this venture could be part of what's kind of got you hooked up in this. But, like, if that's where you're at, and you've truly, like, okay, you can look back at that career and think about how much that stressed you right out. Like, you've probably taken leave of absence for healing, stress relief, these sort of things from this career. Because this career has been grueling hard work. And, like, you've lugged around this Ace of Swords for so long. So long. And now you're ready for the wands. The wands are just a little bit lighter for you. A little bit lighter. A little bit easier. A little bit easier for you to sort of endure. Okay. Because, yeah, the career that you had before was just strenuous. But, like, you have that hard time leaving it behind. And it's because you're in a moment of transformation. So the process has already begun, if that makes sense for you. Like, this card you're depicting, like, okay, here's the first step, and then so on and so forth. But for you, like, this first step is seeing this cup, is like stacking up these 7 cups, making this plan, looking to the divine, like, that sort of thing, right? So that's what I mean. This is a process that has already happened, something that you're very, very passionate about. Very passionate about. And it's coming soon. like very soon. Like clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. Again, getting goosebumps. The time is now. The time is now. My energy creates my reality. What I focus on is what I will manifest. Okay, what I focus on is what I will manifest. So again, you're working on manifesting this person, okay? This beautiful, loving, achieved person, okay? Who's really kind of grown from this Princess of Pentacles. Like, okay, it's like the time has now come to move up, upgrade yourself, level up is what I'm getting on this. Okay, just a final conclusion. Okay, so for the final conclusion, we have Princess of Cups, Two of Swords, and the Four of Wands. So once you take that step, okay, and understand, please understand that in taking this step, okay, things aren't guaranteed. This is a new business. This is a new opportunity for you, okay? You're going across uncharted waters, a little blind, and there's nothing per se saying that you need to consult. Like usually, okay, if you're going into it blind, the type of business advice that I would give to you is like, well, consult someone who's done it before. But that's not the case, like, because that person doesn't have this vision, okay? The only person that you can consult is God, is Source, is Spirit, is the Hierophant, okay? The Hierophant can represent a teacher, but no, not in this case. Because look, you have also Anna, grandmother of Jesus, guiding you, okay? So really, to find a physical teacher would be a frivolous endeavor, because they wouldn't have the answers for you. They really wouldn't. They would be like, oh, well, that's not practical at all. I don't know how to advise you. So you know whose hands this is in. Whose hands this is in. Okay. And the outcome is quite positive. The outcome is the Four of Wands. So contentment, happiness on its purest level, you know, the achievement of all the things that you've ever dreamed of. The Princess of Cups is so dreamy, you know, and has had dreams forever. And how it differs from the Princess of Pentacles. The Princess of Pentacles is one to go after the opportunity. The Princess of Cups is the one to sit there and dream about it and dream about it and dream about it and think, one day it'll be my turn. Well, today's, like, it's now. Now is your time. Now is your time. Okay. The time to take the step is here. The time to take the step is here. Okay. You're supported. You have the love of the universe. You have the love of God. You are supported. My candle just went out too. So on that note, this concludes the general business reading for February 2019. I wish you all the success on this endeavor. Bye.